Greetings, everybody! It is I, Jinzo Fighter. I am happy to report tonight that my Dell laptop has finally been fixed. Finally, yes. After what seems like forever of dealing with blue screen boot loop errors and just a lot of stupid stuff, my computer is back to as functioning the way it is, the way it's supposed to be. So what I did was, a friend of mine and I, we took out the hard drive and tried installing Windows onto a separate hard drive that was half the size, so 500 gigabytes instead of 1 terabyte. And that ended up not working. So what we did was we put the 1 terabyte hard drive back in, and instead of installing Windows 10 to the solid state drive, we installed it to the hard drive. And lo and behold, it's working flawlessly. Like, flawlessly. I'm not even joking. Like, we won't have the solid state drive for faster speeds, but I'm pretty happy with how it's performing right now, honestly. I mean, downloads are a little bit slower, but what are you going to do about that? I mean, that's more on the internet connection. Anyway, so what you're seeing here is the PS3 version of Sonic Unleashed, which I've been playing the hell out of recently. I don't think the Werehog stages are all that bad. The daytime stages look amazing. I'm recording this at 1080p 30, so you get to watch the Werehog kick ass while I go over some schedule stuff. And hopefully I don't, spend too long on it. This video file is 13 and a half minutes long. I go through the first night act of Cool Edge, but I don't really finish it. I just pause after a certain point, because the Werehog levels in this game, while not that bad, are pretty long. In fact, off recording, there's a section that I want to talk about later that I struggled on for quite a bit. But that's neither here nor there. Anyway, so the hard drive now has Windows 10 installed on it, and because of that, I can download all my programs and the laptop can run flawlessly. I can start streaming again. Unfortunately, group recordings are going to have to be either post-commentary Discord meetups or live commentary meetups of online games, such as maybe Borderlands 2? We'll see. I might not keep that reference in or not, because I don't know if Austin wants to keep it a surprise. But yeah. I don't know why I paused here. I think I was doing something else. But yeah. So the computer's up and running again. I will be updating our current LPs. I will be uploading the rest of Knuckles Mania Shenanigans. We'll get back to recording Sonic Adventure DX for Matt's channel another time, but hopefully pretty soon. Hopefully before 2019. That's what I'm saying. Because Austin is out of state, and Matt won't be in the same state as me for very long. So, yeah, there's that. As for the Twinsanity LP, I was hoping that we could have one more live meetup of that just for a single level in boss fight, that being Boiler Room Doom and Dingo Dial, but seeing as how Austin has already left and our schedules just had a ton of conflict, that just won't be happening for a while. It might just be post-commentary like the rest of the playthrough, which the rest of that footage is recorded. They're all unlisted uploads on my channel, the rest of the footage, except for Boiler Room Doom and Dingo Dial, which we recorded post-commentary for a while back before my laptop died in June. So we're gonna have to redo that. That's the first of many sun medals for this level, which, if you've ever played Sonic Unleashed, you know to scour for those things like nothing else. Except rings, when you're low on health or have none in a Sonic level. In a daytime Sonic level, I should stress. And on top of all these levels being long, I'm a very explorative guy. I like to explore a lot. I thought there was an alternate pathway over here because I saw those platforms and maybe there was a way to get to them, but alas, you gotta go the normal way. So, as for the post-commentary, or as for the podcast that we recorded a while back in March of a Nintendo Direct, I'll probably still upload that even though it's hella dated now that E3 has come and gone. Basically, we talked a lot about our Smash Brothers expectations. That took up a big part of the podcast, which will probably all be like its own big video now if I can still find the audio file on my Seagate. So that's good. There might be some edited pictures here and there, but it might just be one static image. I'm not sure, honestly. But I don't think I need to fill 13 minutes with just the update of, hey, my laptop's working again now. So I'll probably just talk a little bit about that section in Cool Edge that I was having trouble with later. So, after fighting a bunch of enemies and getting a checkpoint, there's this 1-up that doesn't despawn right before the checkpoint. And it doesn't despawn because, first off, I guess lives just don't despawn after you die in this game, like they did in Adventure 1 and Adventure 2. But there's a section right after that checkpoint where you have to go down slides and jump off them just in time to grab onto icicles that are hanging from the ceiling. And you have to jump from them on time to platforms that you can grab onto from the sides. You have to jump off them on time because once you grab onto them, they shake and then they fall. I couldn't get the jump to work for the longest time because the werewolves jump while climbing things is a little bit weird. You have to make sure you're also letting go of the circle button when you do it. Abby Cast was online. She was going back and forth between being online and offline when I was playing through this level. But that's getting off topic. But yeah, that section with the icicles, I was stuck for the longest time, and the only reason I didn't game over at 1 life left was because I could keep collecting that extra life that was respawning. I must have been stuck on that section for 20 or 25 minutes. Because the path also branches off after a certain point. Because there are these huge platforms that fall into the ocean as soon as you step on them. You are given very little leeway on escaping from them. So there's a divergent path that you can either jump to the right, jump across more icicles, and avoid being knocked into the water by robots that blow you off the platform, or you can jump to a separate icicle section that has a moon medal you need to get. But yeah, that took me an especially long time. Expect me to hopefully not fail as much on that when I get to the eventual Let's Play of this game. Which, you know, won't be for a long while, but I look forward to it nonetheless. Still debating on whether I should record it in 30 frames per second or 60 frames because, while normally Sonic Unleashed is locked at 30 frames on the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3 version, the PlayStation 3 version at times tries to run in 60. It's usually in specific cutscenes, usually ones that don't feature the werehog because his fur apparently takes a lot to render. Like in a scene with just Sonic and Chip, that may run in 60. Or it'll try to run in 60. Or cutscenes with Eggman and the Orbot looking robot that, you know, talks to him. I mean, this was recorded in 30 and looks fine, but I'm wondering if for certain parts of the daytime stages, those come close to 60 as well, so might alternate between recording styles for the LP. Who knows? I have a lot of time to think about that. Anyway, I think I'm going to close it out with the Werehog beating off this horde of Dark Gaia monsters here. I'll see you in the next videos. And once again, super glad my computer is working for good this time. You know, as long as I treat it well.